Yo, what up?
Um,
I'm Chuck, and I'm an LA Lakers fan.
What? What an idiot! Oh, what a loser! Good. Good. More for me and you.
and I'm Ronnie J, and I'm a Clippers fan.
The
And,
motherfucker, hey, she must be getting him some pussy or something.
Mr. Turner.
I don't even want to hear that shit.
and together we are LA Divided.
Divided. Joel Embiid. After a disappointing playoff exit, the Philadelphia 76ers are currently holding sixth in the East, all while missing a key player in Ben Simmons. Currently playing with an MVP-type season, are the 76ers wasting prime play from Joel Embiid, or are we still in witness to the process?
Here is Embiid now. Embiid. Oh my goodness! Joel Embiid running the break.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to LA Divided, NBA United. I am your host, friend, good guy, good luck Chuck, and I'm here with my man Ronnie J.
What up?
What's going on, Ron? How's it
chilling.
been? How goes it?
There it goes.
All right, a lot of stuff going on in the NBA right now. A lot of things to talk about. Obviously, the NBA trading deadline is coming up. The NBA All-Star Game is just a couple of weeks away. And so can you believe it? I mean, we're already here. It feels like this season has just passed by so quickly.
Yeah, it's two blinks.
Right? Well, a lot of things are forming, though. A lot of things, we're starting to really get the picture. And you know, if you guys haven't noticed, my background here is none other than Mr. Joel Embiid. And so we're going to be discussing Joel, as you guys may have heard in the introduction. You know, there's a lot of questions going on with the Sixers, a lot of, you know, where are they going now? And I thought, you know, hey, let's discuss them a little bit. So, you know, just tell me a little bit, Ron, about what your feeling is on the 76ers and Joel Embiid in particular.
So I feel like Philly is at a deadlock. I feel like they're going nowhere and nowhere fast. Joel Embiid is currently, in my opinion, having an MVP type season. I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes in top four for MVP voting this season. I mean, he's been putting up great numbers. I mean, if you just look in his last 10 games, I mean, he's had, I think, a 50-point game, some 40-point games, definitely all in the 30s. He's been putting up good numbers. But I definitely think that Philly needs to end this whole saga with Ben Simmons. I think that's holding them back from going anywhere or even getting a resolution to Ben Simmons, because Joel Embiid needs some kind of help. Other than the current players, I mean, the other players are filling in their spots. You know, like Tobias Harris, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond to a lesser degree. You know, they need help. They definitely need help. Otherwise, they will be in another disappointing loss come playoffs.
Yeah. And I think, like it was stated in the intro, the loss, the disappointing loss to the Atlanta Hawks, I mean, it really had to burn, especially when you look at how much the Hawks are struggling going into this year. And obviously injury, COVID, all of that plays a part in it. And I think that a lot of people, you know, have been posing the question, is Philly wasting Joel's prime? You know, are these stats that he's putting up on a night in and night out basis, are they all for nothing? And so, you know, my thought is, you know, great players do great things. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked why Shaq was putting up 24 and 12 in his second or third year in Orlando. And, you know, they had to fight through the Knicks and the Bulls and, you know, all the teams they had to do in the mid 90s. You know, no one said anything about Akeem Olajuwon and all the damage he was doing in Houston, but couldn't make it to a finals, you know, until Jordan retired. And so if you're expecting great things from Joel Embiid, this should be, just a Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think if we're putting this guy on a pedestal, Nikola Jokic is another player that's going crazy right now too. And so I think with Joel, they've surrounded him around a good team, but he needs another superstar to help offset, what's going on. And so I think, yeah, you're right. That this resolution or this Ben Simmons situation has to come to a resolution, and it has to come to one soon. Otherwise, I don't think that Philly's necessarily wasting Joel's prime, but they're damn sure wasting his time.
Well, essentially they're wasting their own time. I mean, one thing I like about Joel Embiid is that, I mean, he's a hell of a player, and he wants to be great. I've seen him step up to the challenge multiple times when Shaq and Chuck will go hard on these players, and he responds to it. He hears the noise and he responds to it. He goes out, he puts up big numbers, so he's going to play. 76ers is just wasting their time with any potential championships from winning any championships, because in my opinion, when you look at the scope of the East, taking out Milwaukee, if Philly would have had Ben Simmons at the start of this season, or if they would have made a deal and got another all-star player at the beginning of the season, the 76ers would have easily been in the top three. And then when you look at the rest of the teams, from Milwaukee down to the other, I mean, because it was really only 2-3 teams on the East that were really considered championship contenders, Milwaukee, and then the Brooklyn. So now with KD being out, you just had easy. Well, I'm not gonna say easy, but you had a shorter trip, so to speak, to a potential Eastern Conference Finals. But y'all failed to to take care of the situation with Ben Simmons, and now, I mean, like I said, the organization is just wasting their own times. Joel Embiid is going; he's still in the process. He's going to do what he does, and yeah, I think he's gonna put up his numbers regardless. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna be a motor. He's gonna keep things going for the team and try to keep them in some type of contending status. But it's essentially the 76ers that's holding their whole team back, or organization, I should say.
Well, I mean, listen, you're in the NBA, you got to play the games either way.
Yeah.
So, a lot of organizations, ultimately, if they finish second, you're still not the winner. And so
Right.
there's only one. And so when I think of Joel Embiid, I think he has plenty of time to solidify his career. I mean, I want to say he's in his 6th or 7th year, and he hasn't even hit his 30s yet. He's in that grouping. Yes, he's going to get compared to Giannis, but excuse me, but Giannis got significant amount of help last year in order to win a title. Drew Holiday may not be a household name, but he's a respected NBA player, and he's a person that everybody knows. He's a dog on the defensive end. Chris Middleton, as much as people want to rag on him about him looking like Sam Cassell 2.0, people want to talk shit about him. I mean, the guy puts up big numbers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's not afraid to shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? He's constantly out there pulling, and I'm just like, man. But what that does is it relieves a lot of pressure off of Giannis. And so that leads me to believe that these rumors that I'm hearing about James Harden potentially being traded in the offseason for Ben Simmons if the Nets do not win the title. I don't know how true these rumors are. You know how it is. Somebody puts something out there, and then all of a sudden people start running with it. But this may be a rumor that has some legs to it, because Daryl Morey is the former GM of James Harden when they were both with the Rockets. Because Philly is a big city, and James Harden, has taken a liking to that. Obviously, Philly is a great sports town. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, James loves the strip clubs too. So I'm sure Philly, you know, got some nice strip clubs down there. But anyway, if there's some legs to that, I can see, you know, that being something that Philly may want to take a chance on. So maybe they do want to punt this season and not publicly come out and say it, but they want to punt this season a little bit. They want Joel to dominate and get his numbers up there. And then they're going to bring in James to give him a lot of help. Because I just think that Brooklyn situation isn't a perfect marriage either. You know, ship Ben Simmons off to New York or Brooklyn, rather. You know, let him Millie rock his way into the Barclays Center and give Joel a legitimate shot to win a title over the next 2 to 3 years. Because I think Joel Embiid is a 1A. He is not a 1. He's a 1A.
Right.
So he needs a 1B, you know, a la Shaq and Kobe. So James, this would be a great thing for James' career to get himself a title and get Embiid a title. And I don't think anybody would say, you know, that they didn't earn it.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely agree what you say, and I mean, I don't really have anything to contest that, other than the fact that, you know, if they could have fixed that situation with Ben Simmons or got the trade done earlier this season, they could have been a NBA champion contending team this season.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing. It's just disappointing to see. Hopefully they, you know, I mean, like I say, Joel Embiid is going to continue to do what he's doing. He's going to keep putting up big numbers. He's going to have a, you know, like I said, an MVP type season. He's likely going to be an all-star this year. So, I mean, you know, his stats are going to be there. His gameplay is going to be there. It's just sad to see that Philly just threw this season away.
Feels good to be up 3-1, so we definitely don't want to be in a situation like the Warriors 2 years ago.
Where would you say the process is right now?
I don't give a damn about the process.
Make it cry, make it cry.